I'm going to critique this abandoned $10 million mansion. So when you decide to buy, design, build the property yourself, it won't end up abandoned like this. My name is Arvin Haddad. I've critiqued over 1,000 mansions, and I do it because I don't want you to make mistakes. I think you can learn from other people's mistakes. So let's watch this together. Oh, and this is the first time I'm watching this.
I'm sure you've all heard the saying that life is too short. And sometimes I think that when we get older, that it's still not enough time to enjoy all of what the world has to offer. And for the family of this marvelous mansion, life would be stopped completely after a tragic plane crash.
Oh my God, that's dark. Okay, architectural style. This is French Provincial, okay? French Chateau, French Provincial. It's kind of a rural area French, okay? Maybe the predecessor to French Chateau, I would say. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But it's kind of Americanized, okay? The window framings and everything. It's a very traditional style, very beautiful and very impressive.
What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel.
Dude, this guy looks like the guy from what was that series, Lord of the Rings? No, the guy from King of Throne, right? Or what was it, Game of Thrones, the guy from the Game of Thrones, right? Does he look like him? He started a YouTube channel, guys.
I am in a 30,000 square foot mansion that was abandoned in 2016. Now, there's a whole big story to this involving a tragedy with the first family that originally lived here. This place is really, really big. It's about 11 bedrooms, $10.5 million, and it is full of everything. Everything is still left behind.
Oh my God. First of all, this guy is like straight up trespassing. Now, I'm a real estate agent, and you know, there's a saying in the industry, if you don't trespass a couple times a year, you're not even a good real estate agent. But this guy's literally inside the house. We normally go to the front door and knock or something, you know, try to get a lead, sell a house. This guy went inside, and I can't believe the house is intact. Like, everything is still here. And he's straight up like, am I an accomplice? Just reacting to this, I feel a little guilty.
There is like Gucci boxes, Louis Vuitton boxes, Hermes, all that type of stuff in here. And we're going to check it out today.
Wait, there's a ton of luxury products. Are you advertising this? This is insane.
Here is the front of the house. Everyone, look how beautiful that is.
Okay, this is a massive state. So you have the frontage. It definitely looks like you have a private driveway. You have the motor court coming in. It seems like there's a horseshoe going on over here. Very beautiful. But why do properties get abandoned? Now, there's a lot of different reasons, but I would say statistically, majority of the homes that actually get abandoned means that they were built on a really inexpensive piece of land. That's why they remained abandoned. Now, there's obviously not all houses. Okay, there are really abandoned houses in Los Angeles, expensive areas too. There could be litigation. There could be just the owner doesn't care. But most of the time, when there's a loan on the property and the bank, you know, retains control of the property, it tries to sell the property. The problem is when nobody wants to buy it, right? It's worth less than the lot value, dirt value. And that only happens when where the house is built is in an expensive area. And this happens all the time. I actually have consulting clients who are doing this right now, and they want to do it in a safe way, okay? But it normally happens when there's a person who's extremely wealthy in an area where there's not that much wealth. Okay, that's where you would see majority of these abandoned mansions, statistically speaking.
And we have a Land Rover here.
He has a buddy. He has a buddy who is his accomplice. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the accomplice.
So this is the entrance to the pool house. And it's completely vegetated inside.
Holy moly. This is so crazy.
Check it out. You guys can see the pool in there. And look.
Wow. Huge volumes. huge volumes. This is an indoor pool house that has never been finished. I'm actually getting a little inspiration here of how these overgrown plants kind of look next to that natural looking wood and concrete for another project, but I'm a little confused because inside the house was finished and seemed like people have already moved in. So were they working on an extension while living at the house when they got kicked out or left the property or not? Again, I'm a little confused as why this part of the house is not finished.
This looks like Jurassic Park. Wow, this is crazy.
I'm looking at the dimensions of this room and it's just fantastic. The proportions, height, width, length, as a recreational area, whatever you want to call it, the pool house. I'm really loving how much natural light you're getting. It's at the end, at one corner of the property, it seems, because you're getting 3 different exposures. I wonder how they would have finished it off with the finishes they had, because the exterior facade looks really nice for, I believe, it doesn't seem like it was in a very inexpensive neighborhood, but I wonder what kind of finishes they would have used on the inside here.
This is the basketball court. Look at that. It's a full-on court. Completely abandoned. The goals aren't even at regulation height right now. They were trying to dunk on 9s and everything like that. And look, right in the middle of the court is just this big basketball. They played soccer and all the other kinds of stuff out here, probably tennis. But the guy that lived here, he also played basketball for college. So, of course, when you have this much money, you're going to play basketball at your own house. And then from the basketball court, you see the mansion right there. So it's just insane, this place.
Okay, I'm not surprised to have a sport court, right? It has a basketball court. A lot of these properties have tennis courts. I wonder if it has a outdoor swimming pool. Okay, I would expect that at a property of this caliber, this size. It should definitely have a massive outdoor swimming pool. I don't care if it's in a cold climate or not. Even if you can use it for 3 months in the year, you should have it, because you're basically going, no stops, all expenses, going all out. You might as well put an outdoor pool, put a cover for the winter, and take care of it.
Situated in a neighborhood full of extravagant homes sits a 90% finished, 30,000 square foot estate that was abandoned in 2016. The original man that had this home built was a surgeon who owned several practices throughout surrounding states. After all of his hard work to build his family's wealth, he wanted his wife and children to live in their dream home. Construction started in 2006 for this $10.5 million home with 10 bedrooms and 11 bathrooms. But only a couple of years later, tragedy would take place. The man was a licensed single-engine pilot, and he and his 15-year-old son went out flying one day, only to never return.
Holy moly, this is so sad. Like, getting my license and flying with my kids is one of my dreams. It's a bucket list item. This is a buzzkill. What the hell, man?
They had crashed into a mountain, instantly killing the man and his son. The wife was left with her 3 other children and was forced to sell the home. Afterwards, it was purchased by a foreigner who lived in it until 2015, when he moved back to his native country and the taxes stopped getting paid. So join us today and let's see what's left.
So everyone, now that we're inside the mansion, we're going to take a look at this place. I'm going to start you off in the front door. What I'm seeing right now is absolutely insane. I have never seen a staircase like this in an abandoned mansion before. It's so bizarre, so crazy, so ornate. So let's just get right into it. This is what we're seeing when you first walk in.
Oh, what a horrible entrance. Wow. First of all, this is very close to the front door. If you want to do a center stairway going up and block the floor, you need a lot more space, okay, between the front door and the entrance to the stairs, right, to allow the foyer to breathe. I'm highly against these center staircases coming in. Some people have an obsession with it. I've rarely ever seen them executed correctly. I prefer one on the side or 2 on the side going up if you want to go for that ground look, because it doesn't block the energy, right? You don't block the depth of the house, maybe a huge great room behind this that you would expect that will have the volume, maybe a view to the backyard. You want to create the wow factor, and I just think a staircase can never really achieve that, right? To the level of a great room and a view behind it. It just cannot compete with that.
Let me just step back and get you a good look at this again. That is insane.
Yeah, way too close. You know how I think these people actually find these abandoned mansions? They probably look at tax records and who hasn't paid their taxes and is piled up. They go probably drive by to see if no one is there, and then they go and, enter it, after scouting it for a few days, and it's just straight up illegal. You should not do that. It still has an owner. You're not allowed to go visit it.
First room we're going to go to is right here to my right. And take a look at this. You have these old, actually these probably aren't even that old, but these are really nice chairs. Really heavily detailed. You see that has like a violin in it.
Okay, so this is like a formal living space, it seems, right? One of those formal living spaces that would never get used. I wouldn't want to see a formal living room right next to this because you would never use it. I'd much rather have a dining room if you don't have another place for it, or an office, right? But I would love my formal room. I rather call them great rooms, dead center, really good space, give it utility and make it work. Let's see if they have a room like that.
Come across. It's a similar type of room. We got a fireplace. Check out this chair though. This is like a Santa Claus chair.
That's so funny. I had a chair similar to this, a yellow one, in my eyewear store in Beverly Hills. It was really ugly. I don't know why I bought it. This is like a long time ago.
We have a Christmas tree here because it was abandoned right around November of 2016.
It's a fake Christmas tree and it had yet to be decorated. So you had two identical rooms to each other. Like, was this the library and the other room was the formal living space, right? From the architectural details, you can't tell what the utility for this room was.
So we had like a scare this morning.
Yeah, for sure.
We thought that there was a squatter in here. And we definitely think that he was in here.
I think he was in here.
But we think that he slipped out.
He slipped out the window.
Yeah. Because we were hearing footsteps and everything. It was so creepy.
Wait a minute. He might think you're the squatter. It's so funny. I don't think they have any idea what they're doing is illegal. Or they've kind of like explained it to it, like we're just making YouTube videos and we're cool. But what's the difference? You're there just like the squatter yourself, my friend.
The marble flooring throughout is crazy. I love that this has like a black marble to it. It's a gas fireplace.
They've spent a lot of money on the interior. If this house was done in 2014 or 16, the interior design, like the floors so far we've seen, is really backwards looking. They were not looking into the future as far as what's coming in, because floors are definitely more dated than 2016. They're more like 2004.
And straight away, we're going to go right into the kitchen. So I'm going to try to get it to where you guys can see it pretty good. But the kitchen is absolutely massive. Look at this huge island here.
Okay, so the kitchen is actually not that big for a 30,000 square foot home. This is equivalent size of a, $7-8 million house kitchen. I was expecting a breakfast nook, maybe a double island, and better integration. It's starting to look like a, less expensive home. Now, if this house, for example, was anywhere in Los Angeles, it would be way more expensive than $10 million.
And I wonder what this is. I think this is like some sort of fondue thing or something.
I've never seen anything like this. Is this like it keeps the food warm? I've never seen this feature. At least look like this.
All the plates and everything is just still sitting here.
I'm surprised no one has taken this. Like, they must be one of the first people that have got access to this house. Because if a squatter was living here, wouldn't you think they would go and try to sell this stuff on eBay? Right? Or there's homeless people don't do that.
Let's keep continuing to explore. We're still in the kitchen, so we're going to see what else is left in here.
I like the term he used as explore. Okay. He doesn't say trespass. I'm liking this content, so I think I'm guilty by viewing it and making a video out of it. So I should shut my mouth.
So we have like a little bar area for the kitchen, and look at this thing left behind, this bowl.
Okay, so you guys remember that like turret thing from the outside? It's a breakfast nook, beautiful, and this connects to the family room.
There's more plates, cups. Holy cow.
Dude, there's a freaking gun. I was not expecting this at all.
It's not a real gun. It's a CO2 gun, it looks like.
You son of a bitch. Did he plant that? Is he planting stuff? He got me. I swear to God, I don't own a gun. It looked like a freaking gun.
Then we're going to come right in here.
Okay, let's talk about the family room. This is dead center, right? Right behind that central staircase. They've given utility to the prime location of the house, this space centered to the property where they would spend the most amount of time. I love it. Now, that TV is very, very small for this space, and the couching arrangement and everything is really not working, and the floor completely switched to another kind of a Mediterranean floors. But anyways, I really like the fact that they actually gave utility to this important part of the house as a place that they would spend the most amount of time in. Not a bad choice, actually a great choice.
And this massive Christmas tree. This is a at least 12-foot Christmas tree. And I think these are 30-foot ceilings. It is absolutely huge in here.
Okay, I don't know if we're dead center to the that central staircase. I thought we were. I wonder where we are. He's not following the pattern in the right way. He's jumping around a little bit.
I want to say whoever left here, I don't know if a dog got in or if they left their dog, but they had a massive dog. This is a huge cage. We even have the TV still left here. All these books and stuff.
I'm trying to understand why I like this content. I'm enjoying this. Is like we're like looking through someone else's life. Is that what it is? Without permission, and we subconsciously kind of like that. This is some twisted stuff, guys.
Whoever's been coming up in here has definitely ransacked it, because there are like boxes of very expensive stuff that's just kind of missing. So we're gonna keep looking around, see what we can find.
What do you mean? You're just saying, hey, it wasn't me? Okay, it wasn't you.
And then check this out. Here's another closet. And look at this. This is a box for an older Mac. It's kind of cluttered, but there is like really nice clothing. This is where they kept all their jackets and whatnot. This closet smells like piss, like an animal has been pissing in here. So we're gonna.
So that was like a winter closet, like to store their winter clothes. Okay.
Right here is our secondary staircase, and it is beautiful too. And this goes down to the basement, which is completely unfinished. There's also a pool house right there.
So what do you mean it's completely unfinished? Like, did they ever get certificate of occupancy? Was that an issue? Like, how did they move in without not getting everything finished yet? Or was it finished at some point and then they started renovating it while they're living there? I have no idea. But this normally doesn't happen where you live in a house where it's not finished yet.
Very nice sink. Oh my goodness. Look at the mirror in here. Toilet. And there's a chandelier above me as well. It's very nice for a bathroom.
Okay, for a 2004 remodel, I guess they use very similar material. And remember, this is a traditional house, so they're trying to match the decor. Yeah, I think it's consistent with the architectural style.
Right next to this bathroom, there is this bedroom. And check it out. We got the king size bed. Might even be a California king, it's pretty big. We have a beautiful chandelier hanging up right here. Look at this couch. Wow. TV still in here, DirecTV boxes still left. Looks like we got some cushioning all left in here. It's a very nice cabinet. And maybe another dog cage? Just a little bit nicer one. But then check out the fireplace.
Okay, the mantle, the fireplace consistent with the finishes in the rest of the house. I'm finding it hard to kind of follow the flow and the layout of the house. This seems to be a guest bedroom downstairs that has its own bathroom ensuite.
And now let's work our way into this first big bathroom that we have. Very, very nice sinks.
That is a nice marble for the time, for 2004. Not bad. It's really hard to rate the finishes because we don't know when they finished them really, and it's irrelevant right now because it's abandoned. I'm paying attention to the volumes of the space and very well proportioned, architecturally speaking, the size of the rooms, the powder rooms, the toilet so far, very good.
Now guys, I want to ask a question. How come every time I explore one of these abandoned mansions, they always have golden showers?
Because they're mansions and they're gold plated, and in the time they were built, gold was in, and you haven't really explored anything that was built in the past 10 years. This is very late 90s, early 2000s.
But that is this bedroom, guys. This bedroom is unreal. Check out how large it is.
Look at that volume. A fantastic bedroom. A really, really good bedroom. Good size for a guest bedroom. Hell yeah.
As you can see, this is the elevator to the house. Right through this door. But it is locked, so we cannot get in there. And there's a weird, it looks like something was dragged on the floor. I don't know, it's a little bit unsettling, but, Now we're back at the foyer. We turn around this way. And check this out.
Okay, so this is the formal living space. Okay, this answers all my question. The family room that we saw earlier next to the kitchen is not center, okay? It was not behind this, stairway when you walk into the house. And the room to the right of the entrance was probably the dining room. The room to the left was probably the library or the office. And this is your formal living room, and it's horrible. It's very, very narrow, okay? What I would have suggested for a 30,000 square foot home, this should be part of your actual living room, right? Your family living room. You can do that on a 30,000 square foot home. But now you're thinking, but that wouldn't be cozy and we will feel lonely. Well, then don't go buy a 30,000 square foot home. Okay, what are you doing buying a 30,000 square foot home if it's like a family of 4? I have clients who have 6, 7 kids, right? And they actually need a 30,000 square foot. Well, they don't need, but they have the luxury to have it, but they actually fill up the house. If you're only buying it to flex, then don't buy it and make it look usable for a family of 4 who don't have the capacity to actually use it. And then they wonder why people are not interested in their mega mansion. Because it's a mega mansion designed for a family of 4, right? No, it's just not going to get used that way. Most people who actually buy these mega mansions, a lot of them actually have the utility to use it. And if you don't, you shouldn't mess around, okay? Buy a smaller home that you actually would use.
But this would have been probably a formal living room. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, look at that ceiling height. It's way too high, and the width just doesn't catch up with it.
We're going to walk down the hallway again. And we're going to go into this room right here, which is another bathroom. Whoa. Look at the sink. The light fixtures. Now I want to point out something. I know we saw the car outside, the Land Rover, but there's also 2 more cars in the garage that we're going to check out. They're all left behind. This is so insane. But there's an office right here on this side of the hallway, and then we have the master bedroom.
Okay, so the master bedroom is downstairs, and this makes me feel like we're in Texas. If I was going to guess where this house is, considering the size of the house, the size of the lot, and the fact that the primary bedroom is downstairs, I would say it's Texas.
And this is the guy's office that used to live here. So, first thing we see when we walk in is all these boxes. Joe Malone, London. We have some books left behind here. And we have a bunny rabbit statue here. Look at the fireplace. We also have very beautiful coffered ceilings in here.
Okay, so coffered ceiling, mahogany. This is definitely an office, all out masculine. Not bad, guys. I'm pretty impressed for 2004. This surgeon who built this, he just went crazy. I mean, he went all out in this location.
Take a look at the desk.
That's not a bad desk. It looks pretty cool. Very traditional, but goes with the architectural style. I like the floors over here. Again, he's not giving us a good view of the office as a whole on a steady shot, but so far so good.
And then we do have a basketball court right out there. You can see how overgrown the back is, how they haven't finished anything, how they haven't finished a lot of stuff here.
I would put the lot size around 2 acre, and here's a better view of the office. It's actually pretty small, pretty narrow. I wouldn't mind it for an office for one person. It has a seating arrangement, a fireplace, mahogany. Pretty well executed office.
Now we're walking in to the master bedroom. Huge doors I'm just walking through, as you can see. And I'm going to turn the camera around and we're going to see this room. And it looks like it's been ransacked a bit, but it is still so beautiful. So let's take a look. So there's like stuff that has been thrown about on the floor. This is why I think somebody has ransacked this room. Probably looking for valuables. Check out this. I mean, that's a beautiful piece of cabinetry. So now we're on to the bed. Check this out.
This is really interesting. Hardwood floors and a stepped up pedestal, kind of a carpet. So when you get off your bed, the first couple steps are carpet. This was like definition of maybe luxury in 20 years ago. But I haven't seen this executed in California, at least, or Los Angeles in ages.
It looks like a comfy bed. So right next to their bed, it's just like that fixture that was in the other room. It's all mirrored. But this bed looks so comfy, I'm telling you. But here's what's crazy about this room.
What the hell is this? What is this, like a chapel inside the bedroom where you get married every morning when you wake up? It's kind of crazy. It's very ornate. Maybe that's like the living room within the bedroom. There's like maybe couches where you would go sleep there and hang out, watch TV before you get into your bed. It's an interesting setup.
It's like this dome in here with all of these pillars and a chandelier right in the middle. Probably had some more seating area, I want to say. Might have even had a couch for watching TV. I assume they probably didn't watch TV while they were in bed, but more they watched TV while they were sitting in here or something. But the fact that the TV is still here is pretty bizarre.
This TV is pretty small for watching it from the bed, so they probably had seating arrangement here.
This room is just insane. It's so beautiful.
Can you imagine like if the owner just like walked in right now, like, what the hell are you doing in my house? And it's Texas and the guy has a gun. It's like, this guy has no fear in someone else's house. Oh my God.
Is a master bathroom and a master closet. So we're about to see those. The master bathroom is absolutely insane. This is what you see when you first walk in this. Check that out.
None of these chandeliers have been impressive, actually. They actually don't do the architectural style justice. They really cheaped it out on the chandeliers.
An incredible bathtub. Look at that. Look at this. You have actually a door for your toilet and bidet.
So the fact that it's glass, that should have all been frosted. And it's interesting that this kind of an onyx small slab, tile setup where they've connected, how dated it looks after 20 years, right? And how dirty it looks. Onyx is it's not a really durable material or stone. So it really shows its age pretty quickly and it wears out pretty easily.
Look at this pink chair that she had going on. And look at this. Not much jewelry, but some jewelry is left in here. I don't think any of this is like super expensive or fancy jewelry. Look, we even got a hair straightener. We got Chanel stuff.
I feel uncomfortable going through this video. I feel like I'm guilty by just watching it. I don't know if I want to do this again. I thought it would be kind of cool, but now I'm just getting the creeps going through someone else's stuff. I don't know. I thought this would be a good idea.
And of course, we got the other side. Here's our shower. And look at that, golden again, and still full of all the shampoos and whatnot. Now you guys can see the master closet's right over here. We got boxes, shoe boxes. I think they're designers, and it's all women's clothes. I haven't seen any men's clothes yet. And check this out, all these boxes here are Hermes, all of them. So many of these Hermes boxes.
Okay, overall, I think the primary suite for the time it was built, pretty decent, very large. This chapel thing was the most unique thing that I hadn't seen before, working at a chapel within the primary suite. I thought the bathroom was a little bit on the smaller side. You know, you would expect to have a his or her bathrooms on a 30,000 square foot home. The closets were, again, decent side, but I didn't see a his closet. It was just one closet, or I fast forwarded because I just didn't enjoy going through someone else's closet space. But overall, a good primary suite.
Now we're entering the garage, and holy cow, there's a Mercedes-Benz here, and there's a Volkswagen Beetle. Dude, it's so clean. But it hasn't been used in a long time. Check out this. This is the Mercedes. I don't know what kind of Benz this is, but it's nice. Convertible. The tires look brand new, but they're flat. Like, how did they leave this car here? So it's a CLK 430.
So the garage, I thought it was a 4-car garage, but it seems a lot smaller on the inside.
All right, guys, it's time to head on upstairs. I'm gonna go up the main staircase so you guys can see what you would see if you go up that one. Feels insane walking up this. And this is your view of the foyer.
Okay, the angle of the stairs coming up, it seems a little sharp. It's trying to get up very fast without too many steps, and seems pretty steep to me.
I want you to notice something about the window. It's actually falling apart, so all the air from outside is getting inside. But this staircase is steep, let me tell you.
I just said that. Just eyeing it. It's so obvious.
So we're going to start off on the right side.
Okay, nice hallways. I like the width. See, the fundamentals of the house, the architect, who designed this, it's done a very good job. The details, the exterior, the bedroom arrangement, everything they've done is according to, you know, the traditional style you would expect in a traditional home that looks traditional from the outside.
We have our first bedroom here. And holy cow. Holy cow. Look at this closet.
Oh my God. Did you just like empty out your credit cards before you left the country or the house? With all these like empty boxes of Hermes, it kind of tells me like they were going bankrupt. They signed up for a bunch of credit cards and they just bought the most expensive stuff and they took it with them and, you know, let the credit cards bounce after that. Like some shady shit. No one buys this many Hermes like bags immediately that look in the same condition and you keep all of them.
And then I'm seeing some crazy shoes in here. Check, look at this. Jordan, these are Jordan 12s. What the heck?
What the hell? You didn't take that? Come on.
So it looks like they were trying to move. No way. Can't tell me there's a pair of Kobe's in this. They're not Kobe's. Like, what the heck? There's that. There's more of those. I believe those are the Hyper Dunks. We got some Adidas down here.
I'm trying to figure out what the hell has happened over here. And I think the best guess I have, and this is completely speculating here, second owner who bought the property from the wife of the person who crashed their plane, got over their head with this property. Either they had some financial issues or this house, the expenses of it, the cost of renovation of it and everything put a lot of pressure on them. And they started having financial issues to a point where they couldn't make payments anymore. And they decided to run away to another country where they were born. Okay, so they started buying a lot of things on credit cards, like all the Hermes boxes, so they could, you know, take it to the other country they're from and sell it and start a new life there. Just an assumption, okay? I've heard people do that before, and just seeing so many Hermes boxes next to each other that looked, they were purchased right before at the same time, really makes me feel like they made a run for it.
We're gonna go into the bathroom now. Goodness. This place is very extravagant. They got the mosaic tile, and it's all iridescent mosaic tile, and it even matches the shower in here. Our first shower that isn't a golden shower. Of course, we got the toilet, probably a bidet built into it as well. So I want you to notice, even on the upstairs, down the hallways, is all of this molding that is so ornate. Another bedroom right here, and I think this is a master room as well.
Yeah, it has a upstairs primary bedroom and a primary bedroom downstairs, typical of Texas again.
We got the fireplace, all that stuff. Looks like they were renovating or something at one point and just gave up. Maybe ran out of money. We got the big bed here.
Yeah, this is definitely, you see the paint. Again, I don't think this house ever maybe got certificate of occupancy and they just kind of, moved into the parts that it was done. This is really, could be an example of how a single family home that you might even think it's a good deal, buying it, after some stress, some family losing their husband and a kid into a plane crash, and you feel like you buy this massive estate with a lot of land and a lot of square footage at a good price, probably was a good deal, but then you get stuck to it. Just because something is a good deal doesn't mean it's a good deal for you, right? To me, it seems like somebody took a bigger bite that they could swallow, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if this house contributed to their financial troubles where they had to let it go. If it wasn't the only contributing factor, it was definitely one of the contributing factors. Like, for example, if it's Texas, Texas has crazy high property taxes. The maintenance on this property, the cost of renovation, like, when the square footage goes up, when the details become very detailed on a traditional property, then the cost just goes significantly higher. From everything I've seen, I feel like the last owner made a run. Basically realized they're going bankrupt soon, and they were like, I need to start my life in some other country. Let me buy everything, leave, and leave the country. And the reason I say another country, because they said that the current owner left the country. They mentioned that.
Afterwards, it was purchased by a foreigner who lived in it until 2015.
So I think they ran away. Like, they overcharged their credit cards, took everything they could to start a new life in another country.
Now, this part of the house is pretty crazy, I'll tell you. This is a closet full of mirrors above me, on the side, and on every side of me. There are just mirrors everywhere for the doors. I don't see anything left inside of this part of the house. And then you come out into another bathroom. This is why I think this is like a second master.
Yeah, a second master or junior master upstairs. Again, I'm if I was a betting man, I would guess this property is in Texas.
All right, everyone, it's time to head down to the left side of the house now. Now, here's the elevator, but the door is locked, so we can't get in there to see the elevator. Coming down the hallway, we're going to go to the room on our left here. Oh my. Honestly, this looks like a hotel room.
Good call, buddy. This guy's got some real estate potential, or he's just trespassed too many properties. Yeah, why would you put two double beds or two queens next to each other? Like, is this kid's room? But you wouldn't be two queens? It's strange.
And you can see there's masking tape throughout the house. Guys, I think they started to renovate and then just gave up. But even check out this one. That is a crazy tub as well, and the water like flows out of this kind of like a waterfall. I love this house. Nice shower here. This shower looks fancy. Check out that.
So this is not actually fancy. This is a cheaper version of having a kind of a human car wash experience where you buy one piece that distributes the water in multiple areas, will spray you, instead of having sprays with plumbing from different parts of the shower spraying you at the same time.
Walking through this house, I just get really sad, like knowing that this house has like such good bones.
Yeah, it does have great bones. And that room was another great bedroom. So far, the bedrooms, the volumes, except for that formal living space, has been really, really good. Again, for me, the only reason I'm thinking this area is not doing well. Otherwise, the bank would have sold this by now. It's probably an area where it's under tremendous financial hardship, or it's in such a rural area that land values are nothing, and there's just no one with that much wealth who would want to live in that location. That's, to me, the most probable situation here.
So here's our next bedroom. And see, there is like a little bit of scaffolding here and some paint, and the ceiling has just completely caved in right here, as you can tell.
No. There was probably a plumbing issue, or they needed to get access to a plumbing upstairs to fix an issue. Ceilings just don't fall like that, you know? Somebody cut that out.
The floor even feels really creaky where I'm standing.
I think there was a water leak over here. And again, another great room. All these rooms are great size, great dimensions. We've had 4 or 5 bedrooms on the upper floor with 1 junior primary. Very good.
And then here's this bathroom. Imagine being like a little kid and this is your bathroom. Like, check out that. Oh my goodness.
If you're a little kid and this was your bathroom, you wouldn't realize it's a nice bathroom. That just would be a standard, you know? Like, what did you guys have?
This room is a washer room. So here's your washer and dryer. It looks like there's still even stuff in the dryer or the washer.
It kind of seems like they left on a hurry, or they thought they're going to come back and they just never came back. It's really interesting to uncovering like what exactly happened. Okay, let's sum up the second floor. So it had the right amount of bedrooms and great size bedrooms, right? You had 4 or 5 bedrooms. All of them had en suites, 1 junior primary suite. What it didn't have was an upstairs living space. Now, that wasn't as common in 2004 when properties were being built, but today, if you were redesigning this house, it definitely need to put a primary living space at the upper level.
Now it's time to go up to the 3rd floor, see what's left up there. Let's go up there. Let's see what else is left behind in this abandoned mega mansion. All right, now we're heading up to the 3rd floor. It's really dirty up here. Really dirty. Dresser just wrapped up in here.
Okay, so this is a really, really narrow hallway. I'm wondering what they were using the attic for. As for storage, because this is very uncomfortable to walk in.
I want to say there's not much furniture up here. Well, I was wrong. There is some. Wow, this is actually really nice furniture. Purple. I think this was the least finished part of the house. Here's your elevator again. We have a bathroom. This just smells like construction up here pretty much. Maybe this was like an apartment or something. Because look at that, we have a stovetop. And here's a bedroom. Right here. Or it could be like a living space of some sort. Got a skylight coming in. And this is probably the actual bedroom.
Okay, so the attic is a guest suite with its own like living room, bedroom, office, lounge area. Not bad. It's just, it's a good thing it has an elevator at least, or they thought it out, because going up all the staircase and stairways to get to the guest suite is not the best. And this is for mostly like a family member, a close person who lives in, who's not really old, because there's one other guest bedroom on the primary floor and the ground floor, which I think your typical guest who kind of staying for a short period of time would stay. This is more for like, a nanny, housekeepers, maids who are living with you.
Now it's time to work our way down to the basement. And let me tell you already, I'm getting a very strong stench of dead mouse.
Oh my God, how do you know how that smells like?
So there's a beeping sound, and there's Christmas decorations everywhere. There's even more trees, so they must have had several trees up throughout the house. But you can tell that this entire basement was not finished. They might have had plans to make this like a whole, like another part of the house. It's like rooms and everything, man cave.
You see how expensive it could get to build a house of 35,000 square feet or 30,000 square feet? There's a lot goes to it. Like you can see it, like just the wiring, the plumbing, the fixtures, the molding, the paint. It really adds up, right? It gets super, super expensive, and it could put really people in a financial situation where they kind of dig themselves in a hole on an asset that it could be a liability, right? I think one thing that no one talks about in residential real estate, agents would never tell you, is that sometimes buying a really expensive home is really not a good idea, right? You should have the means to buy a single family home, because when you buy an expensive mega mansion, you suck that money out, right, from your cash flow, from your, from your life, and you're literally sitting on it. You're sleeping on it, and it's not producing any type of income for you. And it's actually has expenses to upkeep, right? Taxes, utilities, gardening, things, maintenance, things that go wrong with it, in the hope of this property appreciating over time. But the problem is, in a lot of parts of this country, properties don't appreciate like in California or Seattle or Washington D.C., New York, or parts of Florida. A lot of places, properties stay, stagnated for very, very, very long periods of time. And when we're talking about these rural areas where the median income is low and remains low, and you're that one entrepreneur there making a killing, buying an asset like this is a complete danger, right? It's complete risk, because you're spending all this money for your own enjoyment, which you have the right to. You've worked really hard to do so, and you want to have a primary residence that speaks volume of how well you do, and the comforts that everyone else in that price bracket that you're in is enjoying in their own town. But this property is just going to suck the money out without the appreciation that the other people in more expensive locations are doing. So maybe it's better for you to first buy a commercial property or other properties in the more areas that appreciate better. And with the income from that, you can have a better assurance of buying or building a mega mansion in the rural area where you could handle the ongoing expenses and probably lack of appreciation and over long periods of time. There's this property in Saudi Arabia, which is that floating hotels like the Maldives, but they look like flying saucers. I've critiqued this video, and for my other channel, this is the worst mansion that I've ever critiqued. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the comments.